sports is and connecting to alums. The MSU College of Business rented out a club level for Saturday's game. I went up there. That was awesome down the first baseline. Shout out to Scott Graw and his team. And it was good to see some people that I had not seen in a long time. I saw Scott Denson. Hadn't seen him in 25 years. He's been out there forever. And many, many others. So it was awesome. Globe Life Field is cool. Texas Live is cool. I didn't go to AT&T Stadium, but I'm sure that's cool too. Yeah. I didn't take a tour.
Well,
I thought about it.
Well, good luck.
I'm not really a tour guy. I thought, you know what? You need to take one for the team. And then it was too many people that I wanted to see and have lunch and have a beer with and have a burger with and things like that. You know?
Just to let you know, the Stars at 91 Acre Development.
Okay, the one in Frisco where they practice and do all their stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a 91 acre.
It's cool too. Yeah. But everything's new and concrete out there. I don't mean to be mean. It's not a lot of character.
There's not.
I mean, I get it's a lot of money. It's a booming area. There's tons of stuff for young people to do.
It's pretty sweet.
Absolutely. But
it'll develop.
I'm sure there's areas that I don't know about in that are, it's like exposed brick and hardwood floors and high ceilings, things like that.
Maybe.
But everything's, you kind of feel like it's new or 30 years new. You know what I'm saying?
No question.
Yeah.
It'll develop character. Eventually.
Possible. I don't know if the place that sprawling and big can.
That's a good point.
But maybe it can. We'll see. Again, I'm not I just go there and hang out. I don't really know where I am because I can't wrap my brain around the whole thing. And I know I keep saying, I just don't know whatever.
I think we need you to demand the character be developed out there.
What now?
You got to see. I think you have to set the standard out there. Then next time you're there, you got to.
I feel like I set the standard over the weekend.
There we go. Then all right, we're good. We're off on the.
right foot. Damn. I had a great time. I got to see a wonderful, wonderful people. Mississippi State showed up, and showed out. Good. People invited me to their suites, which was very nice. I actually bought a ticket to the Lexus Club.
What?
And
worth it.
Yes. So I wasn't sure because I'm not familiar with the park or where to go. So I just punched da-da-da. And the Lexus Club leads out to the field suites. So you are, right behind the umpire, right behind the hitters, right beside the on deck circle people.
Was that like the gridiron for the Diamond? Like the Gridiron Club up in Starkville? Is that like their on field suites? But you take it and put it on a baseball version?
Yes. Are you talking about the ones in the end zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, except there's the ones at Globe Life Field are smaller.
Okay.
And they did a bunch of them.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So they're like suites for
that's tight.
8 people.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool. They still have a counter and a refrigerator in the back and an area for like some friends of ours had a charcuterie board on one side and a nacho bar on the other. So that was cool. Yep. I can't imagine what those suites cost for the year for 81
Rangers
81 Rangers games. I mean, I don't know, but all I know is it's not in the Out of Bounds show budget, and but I would like to know, what those suites run for 81 games for the rain. And I wonder if you have to buy them for every single event. Nah, I would think they have it
seasoned out. I don't know, man.
I don't know, though. You may be right.
It's a lot of money to be made every weekend or every game.
I mean, a third party, I think, through the tournament and rented, I guess, Globe Life Field for the weekend is from what I gathered, but I'm not sure how all that is structured. Do we have the O'Connor stuff? Let's go with after the loss. So this is Brian O'Connor. They had a great weekend. He's got a really good squad. They've got some dudes that are coming of age. You wish they were a little older on the mound, but man, they've got some really good players and talent, and everybody's going to make mistakes, but they're coached well. This is O'Connor after it was a hell of a game, but after the UCLA loss. What?
Coach, just a crazy one, and your guys, you get down 3-0 there, you're scuffling, and you get back in it, you have a chance to win it. It's a tough one, but a great ball game. And what'd you take away? What's the full takeaway from this?
Well, first of all, the first takeaway is I'm pissed because I hate losing, right? Obviously we've got a really, really good team, but and UCLA's got a great ball club, and that was like a heavyweight fight, and but just proud of our guys. Like, we kept battling back. We did a nice job of managing the game in the middle of the game from a pitching standpoint, and time and time again, guys rose up, and the game of baseball is a game of inches, right? And I told the team, you can't go back and look at and say, what if, right? Ryder Woodson's ball that he hits in the right center gap, bounces and gets out of the ballpark. That was the game winner right there. Gatlin Sanders was in motion, and it just didn't work out our way. And listen, they've got some truly star power in their lineup, and that showed out today, and so do we. Right, and so just proud of our guys, and we'll bounce back for sure.
You made kind of heavyweight fight. Duke Stone started for you guys, gave you kind of a quality start. Why was he the right move today, and how do you feel like you performed?
Well, I just felt like ever since the start of the season, Duke Stone's pitched really great baseball for us. He hasn't shied away from anything. He had a great fall and a great preseason, and that was the right move to make. And I thought he battled. Listen, UCLA's got a tough lineup, and I thought he battled his heart out and did a nice job. And he'll continue to do great things for us in this uniform.
The bullpen pitched really well, and they kept you in the ballgame, got you the lead. The free bases were killer, especially late in the ballgame with the hit by pitches.
Yeah.
What did you see there from especially Ben those last couple innings?
Yeah, well, the last inning, Ben was out of gas. He's our guy, and we decided to send him back out there, and he had the strikeout to be in the inning, and he just looked like he was starting to lose his stuff. But, in a game like that, you go with your guy until he shows you that you need to do something different, and tip your cap to them. They pinch hit, and their guy hit a 2-strike triple and did the job for them. And so I really like the way that we pitched tonight, and those guys will grow. Billings will grow. We don't have a lot of experience come out of that bullpen, and the only way they get it is by being in those situations.
You talked about earlier this week, everybody's going to find out what they have with a weekend like this. What do you think you have?
Well, I think we got a special ball club. I think we have a team with a lot of heart. I think we have a team that is very, very talented, and we have a lot of options, pinch hitters, to do some different things, and so I love our ball club, and I love what we earned this weekend.
This is the first time we've actually been able to talk to you after a loss, and this is the first time these guys have kind of tasted their own blood, I guess, in that sense. What's your message to the team today after this? Because you got to turn right back around and go play probably another top 10 game.
Yeah, sure. I mean, my message to the team when I brought them together was that how they feel, their faces, and how they feel is what they should feel, right? When you pour everything into it, you believe in yourself and your teammates. Losses are tough, and no matter how it comes, and so I'm just proud of them that they continued to battle and showed the qualities of a really, really great ball club.
All right, so that was Brian O'Connor. The two guys asking the questions were Robbie Falk and Steve Robertson, going back and forth. I know they were playing another game afterwards, and they were in Globe Life Park, and it was filled, and it was loud. Look, O'Connor said everything that needed to be said. He was ticked. His team played well. UCLA has a bunch of stars and star power, and Mississippi State has a bunch of star power too. And it was a hell of a baseball game, and you don't get that in the non-conference in college baseball. As much as it's I think the fastest growing streaming sport right now. Now, I know that all these teams play 56 games and you get all these games. It's great. And now you get to watch your Dogs, Rebs, or Golden Eagles every single game that they play. And he mentioned, what happened late in the game, and there were like 47 things that went down.
Right.
And the ground rule double, it bit you in the. I mean, what's in how the hell? I mean, what's interesting is O'Connor last week was like, "Hey, man, we knew that this kid could hit." And he was talking about exit velo and hitting it right to people, and now he's not. And he's turning it around at the plate, and he's playing good shortstop. So, bottom line is, you had a hell of a weekend. You've got a really, really good team. I agree with what he said. You're a little inexperienced on the back end, and we'll see what you're going to do as far as the starting rotation. Duke Stone did pitch well, and that's UCLA. And good Lord have mercy, they have players. Savage and them they're rolling out there. They may not care about anything else, although I don't know. Mick Cronin has a decent good basketball program. But the bottom line is they have been really good in baseball, as y'all know, for some time. And those two teams, were in the national championship series in 2013.
Yep.
So that was Brian O'Connor recapping that game, but also the weekend, because he was like, hey, we played well. And our players did rise to the occasion. They came up, a little short. And you can't hit people and walk people and things like that and so on. But it's going to be a hell of a ball game tomorrow night. Mississippi State at Southern Miss, Pete Taylor Park tomorrow night. MSU at Southern Miss in Hattiesburg. Talking about strapping it on. Damn nations. Coach Oz against Brian O'Connor. Here we go. We are the Out of Bounds Show. We're powered by Farm Bureau Insurance. Bundle your auto and home and save. With your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, go with the home team, as Jake Mangum likes to tell us. And competitive rates are powered by your local Farm Bureau insurance agent.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
Is now awarded.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9. All set? Let's go. The Zone.
I mean, that's a joke to me.
Home plate umpire.
I mean, that's a joke to me.
All right, good morning. The Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. I'm your host, Bo Bounds. Jay Meadows with me, Jackson Meadows, Straight Funk, ice cream drinks, Double Down, whatever you want to. There was one more that we came up with. The baker, but it was something, it was the something baker. Because of your COVID cookie entrepreneurship.
Bootleg.
Was it the bootleg baker? Okay. The bootleg baker. There were a couple others that were good, but I think you're right on that. We are the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by the Rack of Lamb and Bone-In Ribeye, Kessler Prime and the Renaissance, KesslerPrime.com to make a reservation. This is 105.9 The Zone ESPN. The Dancing Rabbit Golf text line is 601-885-3776. 885-3776. Twitter, let's see. You can find us on X at Bo Bounds. And the Michelob Ultra caller line is 601-707-3750. We are streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. Download it today. And the zone1059.com, but we're on Alexa and all that other stuff too. So you can find us just about anywhere. And hopefully we'll pick up some Dallas-Fort Worth listeners. Man, that was unbelievable at Globe Life Field this weekend for that tournament to have that many Mississippi State fans, thousands and thousands of people there. And I wish I could have seen everybody, but I tried to move around a good bit. It was cool, though. Steven just texted us. He went to Dallas for Saturday and Sunday. And all we did was text us live in the games. Had a great time. Running on fumes today. We drove back last night. I bet you are, man. I don't envy any of the people who drove back. Jay Powell will join us at 9:30. World Series champ, All-American at Mississippi State. Jay Powell at 9:30, and he drove back last night. So, yeah. Look, I knew I was getting out of there yesterday morning. You know, if I'd have had really good transportation on the way back last night, then maybe. But there were some guys who were jumping on flights to Houston, like 7:30 flights or something. 6, I don't remember, but I don't know if the way the game took forever and then went into extra innings, I don't know if that worked out for those guys, but hopefully it did. Anyway, hell of a weekend. Southern Miss sweeps Louisiana Tech at La Tech, and then Ole Miss lost 2-3 in their tournament in Houston. They lost to Baylor, beat Ohio State, and lost to Coastal Carolina. And we continue to march on. No pun intended. I did not mean to do that.
Nice.
As we get toward, conference play. But man, watching UCLA and Mississippi State, that's two big time teams. And that was a damn heavyweight fight in early March, which is pretty incredible. But it's good to see college baseball grow. And I do think that the streaming space, there's still room for growth there with SEC teams and then other teams that are good. So, the sport growing is huge. People are embracing it. And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's baseball.
Yeah.
That's what we know.
This is what O'Connor had to say about his depth, and this was after the second win. This is what O'Connor had to say about depth and playing time on the Mississippi State squad right now.
Well, listen, we're trying to look at a number of different guys, when pitching-wise and offensively, and I thought Jacob Parker really stepped up and put a charge into that ball, and his last at-bat was great. And so there's a lesson in all of this, that if you're a starter, an everyday player, or play part of the time, you better not give any at-bats away, because there's guys breathing down your neck that want to play more. And somebody like Jacob Parker, he stepped up today when his opportunity presents itself, and the coach is not going to forget that, right? And so, that's why everybody's got to take advantage of their opportunities. Well,
all right. So that was Brian O'Connor. That was after the Virginia Tech game. And then Garrick Fry, although he had been starting, he didn't start on Friday, and then he pitch hit, and then he hit a bomb. So that's what guys are going to have to do to stay in the lineup, because there's so many guys that want to play. And I get it. That's good. I mean, you need to build that kind of depth at a program like Mississippi State. And, you need to raise the floor, but you need to have that star power too. I got to meet Ace Reese's parents, and that was cool. They're really, really nice. And good Lord, the bomb that Ace Reese hit on Saturday, good Lord, it got out of the park fast. I was up in the Mississippi State College of Business club level area that they rented. So we were down the first base line when Ace Reese pulled that ball and just absolutely hit a missile. And just like you, everybody in the ballpark knew as soon as contact was made that it was out, and all you had to do was look at the right fielder for Virginia, or all the outfilders for Virginia Tech, because they didn't move. That thing got out in like one second. And yeah, he's a hell of a baseball player too. So it was a lot of fun. And we'll continue on this weekend. But first things first is Mississippi State at Southern Miss. Southern Miss is red hot. Mm-hmm. And they're hosting Mississippi State this weekday game. Holy moly, this is going to be wild. That park they'll pack it, and they'll be on the edge of their seat. And that'll have a kind of a conference feel to it with the way that Southern Miss is playing. And they've ripped off a bunch of wins now. And they went undefeated the last 2 weekends in Round Rock and at La Tech. In fact, I said this earlier, Lane Burroughs, the head coach at La Tech, former John Cohen assistant coach at Mississippi State. Lane Burroughs was so ticked that he apologized to the fan base for getting run ruled, I think, on Saturday. So Coach Oz has another squad down in Hattiesburg, and Mississippi State at Southern Miss tomorrow night, and we'll be there. I hadn't been to that park in a while. So
Pete Taylor? What is it? Pete Taylor Park?
Yeah. Good job, man.
I knew
I
that.
can't believe you knew.
Nah.
I just, all right, first of all,
Stab in the dark.
let me go over some things with you. What are we looking at? No, I don't have time. All right, here's the tease. 5 things to look forward to in March. And y'all know some of this is sports, right? Driven, and other is fun. I didn't realize daylight savings time is March 8th. But, I mean, you could tell yesterday it was, sunlight much longer, which was nice. I don't know why we go back and forth and why we don't just do. Can somebody answer that for me? Oh, okay. All right, we are the Out of Bounds Show. We're brought to you by the Smash Burgers and Blue Plates at Burgers, Blues, Barbecue, Dogwood, Flowwood. And they opened up a new green space, which is super cool. B3, Dogwood, Flowwood. Yeah. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Do Mississippi State fans want to see the home plate umpire from Game 3 against UCLA again?
Never say never, but never. I mean, that's a joke to me.
105.9 The Zone, ESPN, brought to you by Superior Foundation. Now, foundation repairs, foundation issues, they're locally owned. Their work comes with a warranty. Superior Foundation. Driveways, parking lots, French drains, the whole deal. Superior Foundation. Call Todd Sandridge and Trey Pace today. Superior.ms. Superior Foundation. Bo Bounds, Jay Meadows with you. We're rolling along here on a Monday. A little bit crazy week last week. And but it was a good week. I mean, we ended up, it was some really good content, some good guests. Did the special show at Spring Street Cigars in Jackson on Thursday. That was a ton of fun. Enjoyed that. They had a hell of an event. Martin's in Livingston, catered, right?
Yeah, buddy.
And Fat Pat,
He was in the house.
who's the number one kickball player in the Jackson metro area.
It's fair.
Fat Pat, who works at Martin's in Livingston, brought all this food. And so after we did our afternoon interviews with the cigar reps, it was about 5:30 or 6.
Yep.
And Fat Pat had come in at maybe 4:35, 5 o'clock, and he brought fried catfish, which was delicious, from Martin's in Livingston. He
The gumbo.
fried okra, gumbo, and there was some other stuff.
Fried cheese, hush puppies.
Yeah, I had a hush puppy and man, that was good. So Martin's in Livingston catered for Spring Street Cigars in Jackson, and it was a fantastic event. So I was glad to see that. It's located in the building where the Rogue Men's Store has been for 50 years or however long. And don't forget, because I had people talking about my Peter Millar hoodie out at Globe Life Field. They've rolled out the Omaha collection at the Rogue Men's Store in Jackson. You can get your golf shirt or hoodie or quarter zip today, M over S, with cool logos on the sleeves, different ones. The Peter Millar Omaha collection, Hail State Baseball, is at the Rogue Men's Store. All right, are you ready to find out about what's going on in March?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I just want you to know it is March.
Yeah, I was about to say I missed
Yeah,
that.
you missed February. God knows what else you missed.
Thankfully.
But yeah, February's not a. I mean,
It's
you
a
know,
bad month.
it was a good month for me. I went to the Waste Management Open and to Globe Life Field, but
Very meh.
and the weather's turned, so it wasn't terrible. But anyway, so 5 things to look forward to in March. You ready?
Hit me.
All right, here we go. Hold on.
You gonna show me the money.
I'm not sure that's what I wanted, but number 1 is daylight savings time.
Why are we looking forward to that?
You'll-
Well, okay, yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, okay. I just thought the thing in general we should be
You'll-
abolishing.
You'll lose an hour of sleep, but it won't get dark so early anymore. And then March 20th is the first day of spring. So number 2 is the Paralympics get started this Friday, and they run from March 6th through the 15th. So that's cool.
Good gambling.
Yeah. Okay. By mid-month, it's March Madness time. Selection Sunday is the 15th.
Wow.
The men start on the 17th. That's playing games. And the women get started a day later.
Right.
So Selection Sunday is the 15th. And we'll do another bracket challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Bounds bracket challenge brought to you by Pearl River Resort and the Golden Moon Casino, Vegas Style Sportsbook, and Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. Also, what do we have here? The Yankees and the Giants kick things off for Major League Baseball on Netflix
Oh, wow.
the night of March 25th.
Go.
And other teams get started the 26th.
Let's get it.
All right. Conan O'Brien will host the Oscars.
Lame.
On March 15th. Okay.
He's so lame.
What?
He's just meh. Conan's all right.
He won't be Ricky Gervais.
No, God.
I don't know. Conan's talented.
He is very talented.
What else do we have? Yellowstone spinoff, The Madison. I don't know anything about this.
That's your boy Taylor Sheridan. Keep moving, isn't it?
I don't know if he's doing another one like that, but it's with Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell.
Hey, big names.
Those are two powerhouse names.
Powers.
That hits Paramount. I fell in love with Michelle Pfeiffer at, I don't know, 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Yeah, I don't care about that. What is this? In theaters, a new Pixar movie called Hoppers opens this Friday with Ryan Gosling.
Of course.
Tries to save planet Earth.
Well,
in Project Hail Mary.
Sure, it'll be a smash hit.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to know?
It's March. No, I'm good with Michelle Pfeiffer. I like that.
She's pretty amazing.
That's me.
I mean, she's talented and gorgeous.
Yeah, I think everyone goes through a stage where they have a crush on her, right?
Yes,
they should.
Yeah. Do you believe this? 33% of men say they enjoy taking out the trash.
I love it.
Okay.
I mean, I actually do.
Why don't you ever take this out?
Well, that's different.
Okay, yeah, because you'll walk by a bag
I forget
for
about that.
a week.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Wes comes in and takes the trash out every time he's here.
Yeah, smart man.
Blake always took it out.
That's smart.
Jason always took it out. Anyway,
too much going on in my head.
It says there's a new poll out on household chores, and men say they enjoy taking out the trash. Women enjoy tidying.
Yeah, I like that.
And men and women both enjoy cooking and grocery. Who the hell? Grocery shopping.
Love it.
What?
I love it.
You don't go grocery shopping.
Well,
I don't even know what the hell you're talking
yeah,
about.
my version.
You're just making stuff up.
I like my version of
What
it.
is that? Going and get a box of whatever that you said earlier?
Oh, well, yeah, but I got to figure out the deals.
Oh, all right. Anyway, that's what I took. 46% of men say they like doing yard work. 34% like working on vehicles. And 33% enjoy taking out the trash. Women are far less likely to say they like doing those things. Okay.
Okay, I mean, I'll buy that.
Okay.
I guess it depends on how far your walk to the trash is.
Well, that's a good point.
I mean, if you got to haul it, I mean, probably not a good thing, right?
Nah.
If you got to put it on don't a lot of people use like golf carts and whatnot? They'll throw it on there to drive down them long driveways. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
30 feet, 40 feet, that's plenty.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
What is this? There's a new wellness trend?
What is it?
Seasoning your kids with salt?
Nah.
What is this? A wellness
That's
trend
what I'm talking about.
involving salt is gaining traction on social media. And one viral mom boasts about salting her kids.
Nice.
She has an entire indoor playroom covered in salt, wall to wall. Oh, is this like salt rooms where you go in and you breathe better?
Oh.
I got to figure this out. I get that.
I thought she was keeping a shaker with her.
Yeah, okay, here it is. It's called halotherapy, and it's a form of alternative medicine involving salt.
Yeah.
There's no real science backing it up, but that won't stop people from doing their own research. Okay. Salting.
Hey, if you believe, you can achieve.
Is that your motto?
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay.
I've lived by that for a little while.
I like it. We are the Out of Bounds Show, and we're live in the Bank Plus studio. Jay Powell will join us at 9:30 today on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. Oh, good morning. Welcome in to the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. We are the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by Matt Anderson at Southeastern Land Group. You're looking for that beautiful hunting camp, baby, that lake house. Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group. Matt Anderson, he'll post some great looking stuff of tracts of land and so on his Facebook page. And Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group. You're looking for that next farm, that next awesome hunting camp, or a beautiful lake house. Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group. All right, Bo Bounds, Straight Funk with you. We're rolling along. Jay Powell will join us at 9:30 on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. And we look forward to that. We'll talk even more college baseball with the World Series champ from the Florida Marlins and played at Mississippi State. It's National Banana Cream Pie Day.
Let's go.
Well,
I don't really know much about it.
So how are we going to break the banana cream pie and banana pudding?
What's the difference?
I don't know. You're the one that eats sweets like you're 7 years old.
Oh. Maybe that's
it looks pretty much the same to me in this picture.
Maybe it's more of a PC way to say it.
It says.
Oh, no.
I see it. The traditional custard pie.
Right.
Was modified into a recipe that resulted into the appetizing and flavorful banana cream pie.
Right.
Okay.
Banana cream pie is good.
I like the banana pudding.
It's
at B3.
Right.
It's fabulous.
It's a pudding. It's a pie.
I haven't had it in a while.
Pudding.
I had it for breakfast twice when we did remotes from there. That was fun.
Drill that.
Whatever reason, something cold and sweet. That's a nice,
It's a morning treat.
Yeah, it is. It is. Have you ever had banana cream pie?
I have. Banana cream pie is pretty good.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Let's ask our listeners. Yay, thumbs up, thumbs down. Dancing Rabbit Golf text line. 601-885-3776.
Is it not essentially just banana pudding with a pie crust?
I think it is.
It is.
But somebody will probably tell us different.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
What else did we miss? Whoa. Okay, here we go. There we go. Is there anything else here that's jumping out at me? Wedding planning day? Ooh, that's a serious business.
That it is.
Ooh, National Chocolate Souffle Day. Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy Day.
What a great way to get money.
What a great way.
Lose a tooth, get paid.
Great.
Man.
Whoever thought of
that? That was fun when you were a kid.
Oh, well, hold on. It was fun when you're a kid, yeah, because you're not the one paying it out. From my understanding, the price on the teeth keep going up.
Yeah, I wonder what it's running today.
Like, I would like to, what's the most you ever put under Wilkes or Hall's pillow?
I don't remember. Wendy took care of that.
We got to be careful.
Why?
I don't know who's in the car.
Oh. Yeah, Wendy took care. I don't know. So I'm not sure.
I'd like to know who, with the tooth fairies.
I would think it's probably up to $10.
I was thinking a dub.
Oh, you're thinking 20?
Why? There are people. I feel like there's people out there putting hundreds under there. The extra.
I don't think there's
miles.
that many people that are getting $100 for a tooth.
Shouldn't be.
I think you're making stuff up again.
I think 50.
I don't think it's 50. I think it's a very, very, very small percentage of people
for sure
that are getting that.
Do you think that the last tooth should be the most expensive tooth? Like, should you get a bonus?
I hadn't thought about that.
It's your last one, right?
I could be down for that.
Yeah, a little bonus.
Okay. Well, you feel good about it?
Yeah, I do want to know how much they're putting on there. I don't think Teeth Fairy should be putting anything over 5 under there. 5's plenty.
I just saw somebody send us this. D1 rankings. Is this D1? There's only 90,000 different. Okay, yeah, D1 baseball. just released theirs? Here we go. All right. So the updated rankings: UCLA number 1. Okay. LSU number 2.
Okay.
Texas number 3. Mississippi State number 4.
Okay.
All right. Georgia Tech number 5. Arkansas, Van Horn lives in the top 10, number 6. Butch Thompson, Auburn, number 7. North Carolina, they've been good forever, number 8. And Florida with O'Sully, Sullivan, Mr. Papa, with those forearms. Florida at number 9. And Southern Miss.
Shut up.
At number 10. So you got a top 10 matchup.
Wow.
Tomorrow night in Hattiesburg. Number 4, Mississippi State at number 10, Southern Miss. Southern Miss went 4-0 for the week. They're 10-1 overall.
Wow.
And Mississippi State only has one loss, the one that they had yesterday. They're 11-1 overall.
That is
so
partying.
Bam. And they lost to UCLA in extra innings. It was a thrilling game. The momentum swings in that game to be a non-conference game on a neutral site. Obviously, it was a home game for Mississippi State. They had thousands of people there. Yeah. And they showed up and showed out at Globe Life Field. But that was one hell of a baseball game. And I'm not – somebody asked about Ben Davis. I think he'll be fine. I think he's a hell of a talent. Had some control issues, as O'Connor said, ran out of gas. But I think he's got good stuff. And I think that's a great a pressure cooker environment to be in Globe Life Field against number 1 UCLA, where he pitched well at times too.
Right.
And then, kind of lost the command and so on. But I think he's a hell of a pitcher and baseball player, and I think he'll be fine. Again, on the back end, you would like more experience, but you are what you are, and a lot of guys just got experience against UCLA, who will, if you make a mistake, just like Mississippi State, if you make a mistake, they'll make you pay. Mm-hmm. And look, Mississippi State had the game won. A ground rule double cost you. I mean, it was a great hit.
Yeah.
It was just absolute. It was an absolute missile to right center, and it goes out of the park.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, that ball's in the park.
That's right. You had the guy running. Everything was working out. You did everything you were supposed to do. And now Ryan Woodson's bat is coming alive. And look, I thought Garrick Fry got you going on Friday. McPherson was really good. Garrick Fry pinch hits and gets you going on Friday, which was huge. And then Ace Reese decided to hit a missile on Saturday. And then, you had, of course, Reed Stallman had a phenomenal weekend, and you had many other players step up and play well. And now it doesn't get any easier. You go on the road again to Southern Miss tomorrow night, 6:00 at the Pete. Southern Miss team that is red hot, and they're number 10 in the country. Wow. And that's where we are. And that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
What did we have here? Anybody else that really jumps out at me?
You got a midweek top 10 ball game.
Coastal, midweek top 10. You had number 1 against 4 yesterday.
Right.
And by the way, Arizona State's good.
Yeah.
They have players. That's a good win for Mississippi State. And Virginia Tech wouldn't lay down. You thought you ruled them, and they just weren't going to go out. And credit to them and their competitive temperament and their squad. Yep. But you won, 15-8 or whatever it was on Saturday. You just played the number 1 team in the country. Now you're going to play the number 10 team in the country on their home field.
Yeah. Hadn't even gotten into conference play.
And haven't gotten into conference play. So this is good for your squad.
Yeah.
It's good that you're going to go on the road.
Heck yeah.
And Pete Taylor Park will be packed, and they're going to be yelling at your players and on the edge of their seats. And that's going to be good because you need that kind of experience and competition with the 30-game SEC schedule that you have coming up. For sure.
Highly beneficial.
Yeah. And who did I say was – LSU is number 2.
That's right.
Who was that told us
Best team he's had in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I don't remember who it was.
I'll have to back through it.
Okay.
Could have been Mike D. I'll have to think.
I couldn't remember if somebody on the air or off the air. Was it on the air?
Thought so. We'll check.
I had so many conversations the last few days. I can't remember who was what and where. All right, let's go back with some O'Connor interview after the loss. All right, let's bring that up. And it's not just about the loss. He gives his squad a lot of credit too, as he should. I mean, he was obviously ticked, and he should be, because it was such an unbelievable game and went down to the wire and all that. But this is Brian O'Connor after Mississippi State lost in extra innings to the number one team in the country in UCLA.
Coach, just a crazy one, and your guys, you get down 3-0 there, you're scuffling, and you get back in it, you have a chance to win it. It's a tough one, but a great ball game. And what'd you take away? What's the full takeaway from this?
Well, first of all, the first takeaway is I'm pissed because I hate losing, right? Obviously we've got a really, really good team, but and UCLA's got a great ball club, and that was like a heavyweight fight, and but just proud of our guys. Like, we kept battling back. We did a nice job of managing the game in the middle of the game from a pitching standpoint, and time and time again, guys rose up, and the game of baseball is a game of inches, right? And I told the team, you can't go back and look at and say, what if, right? Ryder Woodson's ball that he hits in the right center gap, bounces and gets out of the ballpark. Well, that was the game winner right there. Gatlin Sanders was in motion, and it just didn't work out our way. And listen, they've got some truly star power in their lineup, and that showed out today, and so do we. Right, and so just proud of our guys, and we'll bounce back for sure.
You made the comment, kind of heavyweight fight. Duke Stone started for you guys, gave you kind of a quality start. Why was he the right move today, and how do you feel like you performed?
Well, I just felt like ever since the start of the season, Duke Stone's pitched really great baseball for us. He hasn't shied away from anything. He had a great fall and a great preseason, and that was the right move to make. And I thought he battled. Listen, UCLA's got a tough lineup, and I thought he battled his heart out and did a nice job. And he'll continue to do great things for us in this uniform.
The bullpen pitched really well, and they kept you in the ballgame, got you the lead. But free bases were killers, especially late in the ballgame with the hit by pitches.
Yeah.
What did you see there from especially Ben those last couple innings?
Yeah, well, the last inning, Ben was out of gas. He's our guy, and we decided to send him back out there, and he had the strikeout to begin the inning, and he just looked like he was starting to lose his stuff. But, in a game like that, you go with your guy until he shows you that you need to do something different, and tip your cap to them. They pinch hit, and their guy hit a 2-strike triple and did the job for them. And so I really like the way that we pitched tonight, and those guys will grow. Billings will grow. We don't have a lot of experience come out of that bullpen, and the only way they get it is by being in those situations.
You talked about earlier this week, everybody's going to find out what they have with a weekend like this. What do you think you have?
Well, I think we got a special ball club. I think we have a team with a lot of heart. I think we have a team that is very, very talented, and we have a lot of options, pinch hitters, to do some different things, and so I love our ball club, and I love what we earned this weekend.
This is the first time we've actually been able to talk to you after a loss, and this is the first time these guys have kind of tasted their own blood, I guess, in that sense. What's your message to the team today after this? Because you got to turn right back around and go play probably another top 10 game.
Yeah, sure. I mean, my message to the team when I brought them together was that how they feel, their faces, and how they feel is what they should feel, right? When you pour everything into it, you believe in yourself and your teammates. Losses are tough, and no matter how it comes, and so I'm just proud of them that they continue to battle and showed the qualities of a really, really great ball club.
All right, that was Brian O'Connor after the UCLA loss, but they beat Arizona State and Virginia Tech over the weekend, and it was a hell of a game with the Bruins. And And now, of course, you go play Southern Miss tomorrow, in which will be a really, really big challenge. Southern Miss number 10 in the country, and it'll be in Hattiesburg. Jackson, Ron O'Connor's locked in.
Yeah,
he's not happy that they lost, but also recognizes that he's got a hell of a baseball team. And he had a lot of people step up over the weekend, and both on the mound and at the plate. And I think they'll get better. No doubt.
Yeah, that guy's going to demand that.
God.
Good luck.
Talking about demanding.
Man.
And a totally different mindset than some of the other coaches on campus and than Lamona's. And I like Chris, and
sure.
Chris did a nice job, but this is a different animal. And you know what else I was thinking? He was probably sitting there thinking, I'm in Arlington, Texas. By the way, that was Robbie Falk and Steve Robertson asking questions back and forth. We said that in the first hour too. But I think he was sitting there thinking, look at all this media here.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody was covering Virginia baseball.
No.
Even though he went to 7 College World Series and won a national championship. Right? I mean, they don't care.
Yeah.
And now, especially at home, he's got a big baseball media group that is there, for every home game. But you had people travel out there, and look, y'all, I was at Globe Life Field Friday and Saturday, and it was just dominated by Mississippi State. Even A&M fans didn't have a shot. Obviously, UCLA and Tennessee and Tech and Arizona State did not either. But there were thousands and thousands of Mississippi State fans there. You forget how many alums are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and then Houston. Houston, Texas has been attached since the 60s, and petroleum engineering and oil energy gas and all that. But you can live in Dallas-Fort Worth too, and San Antonio and all the other communities. But man, you could not walk 10 feet without seeing either someone you knew or someone in Hail State gear,
right?
M over S or whatever. So it was a ton of fun. I got to see people that I had not been able to see in a long time. And then there were a ton of people from here there, but I mean, huge group from Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Nashville, Denver. Really cool to see. The Mississippi State University College of Business rented a terrace club. Well, no, it was club level. Really neat area. I mean, if I was in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and owned a business, I would do that for one of the Rangers games in a heartbeat, because it was really nice. Scott Grawl was there. If you're a business alum, I highly recommend you reaching out. And he's a get-it guy, was in the private sector for over 10 years, doing an unbelievable job. But that was fun. So MSU people were everywhere. When you walked in the Lowe's Hotel, which is connected to Texas Live, which then is connected to Globe Life Field, it was all Mississippi State. And it was a great opportunity to fundraise over the weekend. I was glad to see the dean of the College of Business and the dean of the College of Engineering. Good Lord, there were successful people left and right. And many of them that had been out there, it's unreal. The people that I ran into that have been out there since the 70s, 80s, and so on. And then my friends who have been out there since the 90s. But, yeah, it's a cool spot, Jackson.
Yeah.
I was impressed. Texas Live was cool. It's open. It's like, bars everywhere, lots of cool seating, TVs. It's almost like 8 sports bars, but it's got a lot of, it's open on both ends so that you get the outside feel.
Like that.
And you get a straight shot when you're sitting at any of the bars of AT&T Stadium, which is, not but a few hundred yards from Globe Life Field. If I'm Mississippi State academic or athletic leadership, I play in a tournament in Arlington. every year. Now, I know they've been to Houston, and I can see the rotation. That's fine. I kind of lean towards Arlington, but I don't know why I'm saying that. So, but damn, to have several thousand fans show up, again, great opportunity to get people, back involved, whether it's athletically or academically. And you saw it yesterday. Y'all saw the TV camera that would show all the fans behind the dugout, the Mississippi State dugout. It was unbelievable. But they were all over in the premium seats and suites. And there was about 6 suites in a row on the third base side that was all MSU. And then down on field level, there was several groups. And I mentioned the club level that was rented, which was brilliant by the Mississippi State University College of Business. If you want to get in touch with Dean Scott Graw, find out how you can help them and make them better, business.msstate.edu, business.msstate.edu. We're live in the Bank Plus studio, Out of Bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. And, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I think I had those Mudbug shrimp yesterday, and they were great. But I am definitely, it's time to smash some food.
Yeah, you're going to have some at a breakfast snack.
Maybe a breakfast bagel sandwich from Beagle Bagel in Madison. Shaw said, yeah, I agree on Arlington side. I just think, I knew you had a lot of people out there. Look, when you go to a big bowl game or, you're in the NCAA basketball tournament, those things, that's just automatic. You're going to,
sure,
SEC school's going to have a lot. You're in a non-conference neutral site baseball game, and one of the teams is Texas A&M, and you dominate them as far as crowd-wise, and you overwhelming own the premium seating. That's impressive.
Run it back.
I hope you go to Arlington every year. I say that'll make people in the athletic department not do it.
Yeah.
But I just think that is teed up, and it's a great opportunity to raise money and get more people involved. Because I think you could have done like 2 or 3 other events. Like I'm talking about MSU as a whole.
Right.
I'd have been whining and dining people left and right. That's for sure. We are the Out of Bounds Show. We're driven by your next GMC Sierra truck, GMC Yukon at Fowler GMC Pearl Brandon, FowlerGMC.com. Check out the website with the trucks and SUVs today, FowlerGMC.com.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
This is Out of Order.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9. All set? Let's go. The Zone.
Woo! Oh. Yeah. That home plate umpire yesterday.
Never say never, but never.
Goodness gracious. We are the Out of Bounds Show. We're brought to you by Eye Care Professionals. Dr. Kirk Jeffries and the team on Lakeland Drive. Eye Care Professionals, cataract surgery, LASIK surgery, and routine eye exams. Make sure that you've got the vision that you want and need to see, right? You're driving and so on. And then some of you are still playing sports like crazy. Tennis, pickleball, softball, basketball, crossing routes in football. You had the best, kind of like you at Mount Salus. Playing it, yeah. Whatever.
Fade. Just run the fade.
Run the fade.
Just throw it out there. We need to cross.
Good grief. Eye Care Professionals, 2 locations on Lakeland Drive. Cataract surgery, LASIK, routine eye exams. See the difference. You can see the difference in the Mississippi State baseball team with Brian O'Connor. And that's powered by Eye Care Professionals and Dr. Kirk Jeffries and the team on Lakeland Drive. Also, a shout out to Grit Fitness and Training Facility. Jay Powell will join us at 9:30. He's the director of baseball operations for Grit Fitness and Training Facility on Lakeland Drive. It's right behind Ergon Mirror Lake. Connor Griffin, Jake Mangum, JT Ginn, all these guys train there during the offseason. Grit. Sign up today, monthly memberships. They got indoor turf, outdoor turf for your softball, baseball team. Grit, Fitness and Training. Flowwood. Grit in Flowwood behind Ergon and Mirror Lake. Have I missed anybody else? We're glad to have Juniker Jewelry Store with us again in 2026. Shout out to them. They're right around the corner here in Madison and Highland Colony. Bo Bounds, Jay Meadows with you. Y'all want me to get into this Matt Barnes thing and wide receivers coach? Okay, so I got the text. Let's lay out how you can get in touch with us. The Golden Moon Casino text line is 601-885-3776. You can find us on X at Bo Bounds. Tweet to us at Bo Bounds. Follow us. And the Michelob Ultra caller line is 601-707-3750. Michelob Ultra is your superior light beer. And mine too. Great with some burgers. Who's cooking burgers for us on the grill tonight? We'll bring the ice cold Michelob Ultra.
That's right.
Okay. We'll have to figure that out. So Matt Barnes is leaving Mississippi. A lot of you don't even know who he is, and I get it. He's the safeties coach for Mississippi State. And he's going to Maryland. Who can you hire at this point? It's March 2nd. You got a coach who's 7-18 overall and 1-15 in conference play, who has to win this year or will be fired after the battle for the Golden Egg in Oxford. Now, what that means, I don't know what that wins, 6 or 7 wins to keep his job. Steve Robertson on this show 3 weeks ago or so said 7. Mm-hmm. We'll see. But Matt Barnes is going to Maryland. That's a football power. Tongue in cheek. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. Look, I think Barnes is not a terrible coach by any stretch. Obviously the defensive coordinator was Coleman Hutzler, and he's not any good.
Right.
And Barnes should have been your DC over Hut. Okay. And again, I'm not saying. Again, the the bar is so low with this staff. But if you were going to do what you did, Matt Barnes, and I know the bowl game was a disaster, but it was a disaster for Jeff Levy and the offensive side of the football just as much as the defensive side of the football. And I know he got promoted to DC for 3 weeks. I don't even know if they practiced in December before the bowl game. It did not look like it. Okay. They weren't prepared and they weren't focused after being gifted a bowl game. Yeah. I don't know about you, but the 15 practices should have been you. And we talked about this. I mean, it should have been stealth-like. So they wasted that. I don't know who here's the deal. The industry knows that Levy's on the hot seat. So this isn't like Dan Mullen was able to go get Jeff Collins and Todd Grantham and guys like that. Even Moorhead, because of Mullen winning, got to hire Bob. I mean, you haven't had a big-time defensive coordinator since Bob Shoop. Arnett was solid, and Coleman Hutzler was an absolute and total disaster. And so anybody could have done better than Coleman Hutzler. Barnes leaving, that's probably a problem. I don't know what kind of quality you can get. You don't have a wide receivers coach. Bumpus left 2 months ago. I don't know if you're just going to promote an analyst or a GA. I mean, there are people out there that will come for $400,000 to $500,000, even knowing that Jeff's on the hot seat. There are people, believe me. I mean, because there are good wide receivers and safeties coaches at places we've never heard of. I don't know if that's, West Georgia or, Stephen F. Austin or wherever, but you have to be able to mine that, database and know what to do there. But there are guys that will come in. Now you're going to have to give them here's where you've hired 1 million people in the SIL building to try to make this work with Levy. Selman scrambling because this was his first. You're known for football hires. This was his first football hire. To date, it's been an absolute and total disaster. And so there's a mad scramble to pump as much money in the program as you can to try to make this work. But you can tell that, people aren't knocking down the door to come in because you're 7-18 overall and 1-15 in conference play. So I don't know who your wide receivers coach is going to be, or if he's going to be better. Yeah, Matt Barnes would be considered probably the second best coach on your staff.
Wow.
I would think it's Arnett 1. Now, let me think through this. You really don't have any good assistant coaches. No. So, Phil Load-Holt and Cliff Odom have no business coaching in the SEC. Mm-hmm. Let me go through this again. Barnes would be number. Arnett would be 2 on paper.
Wow.
As far as success, Arnett 1, Barnes 2, Levy 3. If you're ranking either assistant/head coach. Am I missing anything? I'm trying to think. Corey Bell is staying, evidently. Cliff Odom, as special teams coordinator, is staying. Phil Load-Holt, who likes to wear sunglasses at night games. That's a new one. You think Nick Saban?
Oh, no.
Or Brian O'Connor or Dan Mullen or Lane Kiffin or Mike Elko are okay with their offensive line coach wearing
shades. No.
Now maybe he has some if he does,
we're sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, that's silly.
We got a problem.
All right. But and Brendan Thompson dropping a 4.2640 at the combine. That's awesome. He was flying.
He was.
And Xavier Thomas a 4.2840. He was flying. So that was cool to see. Jay Powell will join us. World Series champ, All-American at MSU. He'll join us at 9:30 on the Out of Bounds Show. All right, good morning. Welcome in. Jay Powell will join us at 9:30 today on the Farm Bureau Insurance Guest Line. The show is brought to you by Rick's Pro Truck with 3 locations in the metro area. RPT Commercial in Pearl, RPT Rick's Pro Truck in Flowood, and RPT Rick's Pro Truck in Gluckstadt, Madison County. You know the drill: spraying bed liners, lift kits, tires and wheels, truck, Jeep, SUV, accessories. RPT, Rick's Pro Truck. Trucks live here. ricksprotruck.com. Bo Bound, Straight Funk with you on a Monday as everybody's getting, a lot of people drove back last night after the damn game. Mississippi State, UCLA. So did Jay Powell. He's going to join us, and he just texted me in 15 minutes. That's serious, man. Wow. What?
I just added Connor to my fantasy baseball team.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't think he was. I don't know why he wasn't picked up. He's a free agent. I guess because he's a rookie this year in a dynasty league.
You just added Connor Griffin to your fantasy team?
Oh man,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, people are gonna be furious about that.
Who is your shortstop?
It's now Connor Griffin. It was. Oh man, it's my boy Ellie De La Cruz. That's one of them 6'8" giants we were talking about last week with Steve P. That's Steve P. Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, he's with Reds Cowboy.
Switch hitting.
Jeff Brantley, color analyst, Mississippi State alum for the Cincinnati Reds.
That's him.
Okay. What's his name again?
Ellie De La Cruz.
I like that.
6'8" switch hitter.
Okay.
Huge. With dreads.
Damn. That's serious, man.
Wow, he's really good.
Yeah.
I can't believe I picked him up. I'm happy. That's that. Yeah, that's it.
That's Connor Griffin is now on your fantasy baseball team.
I didn't even know we could pick players up because our draft's in very soon. But for a dynasty league, man, I get to keep him forever.
Okay.
So he's never leaving my team if he. All right.
How about this? Is you?
You gonna show me the money,
right?
That's big.
Show me the money.
That was my first pick in the draft.
He's supposed to sign what, $180 million deal?
Lane, turn it down.
Nah, it gives him. He can open it back up when he's 24. It's a great move.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot about the laws.
But yeah, they were reporting that all over the last week, and maybe 180 million, maybe more. But that's unbelievable that Connor Griffin will get that kind of contract. I mean, it's great.
Oh, he's worth it.
And then you've got him on your fantasy team, and we feel like he'll be the starting shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates start the year. And I'd like to see Jake Mangum in left field.
He should. He definitely should be.
Right.
Maybe some politics in the way.
Okay. Well, let's go to basketball. Mississippi State fans are more upset than Ole Miss, but Ole Miss is not happy either. I know they beat Auburn over the weekend, but Mississippi State was humiliated at home by Missouri. And, it looks like too many players on the team had thrown in the towel. People are not happy. I haven't hit it as much maybe as I thought I would, but the text line has been like, what in the hell's wrong with the basketball team? Well, you see what I see. They missed on some transfers, but I will say this, they're not this bad. This is on coaching and development too. So Jans is going to have to get it right, get it fixed quick, hit in the portal, hopefully retain Hub and 2 freshmen and get rolling. A lot of this should have been done last year, if not the year before, even though he was, getting in the tournament, either a play-in game or 8-9 seed. What did somebody say over the weekend? at the end of the day, he was only 2 games better than Howland. And Ben actually had a good run. He was just not quite enough NCAA tournaments, and he wouldn't tweak his offense. So we're going to see if Jan's. It's kind of the same song, different verse. You see it in college football, the Shane Beamers. Hell, Levy's got to get his offense up and going, but Auburn couldn't get their offense rolling. Alabama couldn't run the football this year in football. That's all Alabama's ever done my whole life since Paul Bear Bryant, even before I was born. All of them, I mean, Paul Bear Bryant, Gene Stallings, and Saban have all been able to run the football. Even Mike DeBose with Sean Alexander was able to run the football. So when you look at offensively, the way that the game has changed, and that, I started referencing this over a year and a half ago, listening to Rick Pitino on podcasts, and he was saying over and over, look, I'm not coaching like I was in 1984. It's different. We have to coach more offense because offense is about timing and cutting and screening and knowing where, so much of there's no doubt there's a strategic piece to playing defense in basketball, but it's also about effort and will and grit and all that. But I thought Pitino laid it out great. He was like, look, we are spending a lot more time on offense. And he even took it to walkthroughs where he said he really never did much offense. And now it's 50-50, even on walkthroughs, as far as working on offense and working on defense. But Jan's forte or his deal is, his specialty is supposed to be defensive rebounding, and they're not any good at that either. So Chris is going to have a lot of pressure on him. He's making an enormous amount of money. Both State and Ole Miss spent right at $10 million on both rosters to not even, to not be competitive
at all.
And you're going to have to redo it again. Now, here's one of the maybe I'll give you a little positivity. All you got to do is hit on a player or two, and you're right back in it.
Yep.
I would spread out money to 3 to 4 players. And you're going to get tired of me saying this, but this goes for Mississippi State football too. You got to raise the floor. I mean, you have to raise the floor. And I think questions need to be asked, like why Sean Jones isn't better today than he was 2 years ago. Yeah.
Well, there's one reason.
But you got to get some coaches in there who can develop, and then you've got to get somebody to, I don't know who the GM's going to be. I don't know why you didn't already hire a GM. But yeah, you need one. And I would go back and listen to Pitino on these podcasts. He's unbelievable. He's laying out. He's always been 10 years ahead of everybody, if not more. But now here he is at 70-something years old and laying it all out.
Oh, he's so good.
Stephen Pearl, he may not even make it after this year. I don't know what Cohen's going to do. You've got this weird. You got Bruce Pearl, who's really popular in the Auburn fan base.
Sure.
Really popular. And a fundraising machine.
Right.
And had success, Final Four and other things. And then he stepped down a week before practice, and you hired Stephen Pearl, his son.
Yeah.
And now you're not going to go then. I mean,
no.
Unless something crazy happens, you're not going to go to the NCAA tournament. And you've lost like 7 of 8. And you lost to Mississippi State at home, and you just let Ole Miss beat you at home.
There you go.
No. Sorry. You lost at MSU in Starkville. I may not have framed that up the right way. And then Ole Miss went to Auburn and won.
Nepotism.
Of course, Keyshawn Murphy was late to a film session, as Stephen Pearl said in his post game, and so that's why he didn't start the game. Somebody called the American gangster Will Wade.
Yeah, quick.
Oh, man. But now Chris Beard's got more chips. I mean, Jans has some chips. He's not losing his job. But Beard went to the Sweet 16 last year.
Right.
Jay Powell on Hail State Baseball coming up next.
Why is there air?
Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds show, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Bundle your auto and home and save with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. We welcome in Mississippi State baseball color analyst, World Series champ with the Marlins, All-American at Mississippi State pitcher, now with grit fitness and training, head of baseball operations on Lakeland Drive. Jay Powell joins us on 105.9 The Zone ESPN, coming off 20-minute sleep. Jay, thanks for hanging out with us, because I know you drove all night to get back home.
Yeah, 20 minutes maybe give me a little bit too much credit, but no, we made it in, and good weekend of baseball though. It was a lot of fun out there, but hey, we couldn't finish it off.
All right, how impressed were you with? So walk me through the game yesterday. There's a lot of star power, a lot of MLB talent, a lot of high-level college baseball players on that field. It's rare you get a super regional feel in a non-conference game on a neutral field, and yet that's what we got yesterday. Walk me through the game and what you saw and what you liked and didn't like.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest, from the beginning, there was a lot of people talking about it and that kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's March 1st. We need to settle down a little bit. But you're exactly right. I mean, it was a lot of really, really good players. And that UCLA team is really talented. And you look at them, and they're veteran guys. And for the most part, have been together at UCLA. They've got Gasparino that came in from Texas. But they're just, I'm telling you, man, that is a really good ball club. They are super talented, one of the better offenses in the country, great defensive team. I mean, they're really good, but, it was just a really, really good ball game. It really was. I mean, from the beginning to the end, I mean, you had two teams that I think realized, hey, we're going to get a chance to play one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the country, and we're going to bring it. And both of them did. I mean, they really did. Both those ball clubs on that field yesterday were really good teams. And it's just something you really don't get to see this time of year. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, it felt like a regional or super regional type ball game.
Talk about Duke Stone. His performance. I thought all in all he pitched really well, but you see more than I do. What'd you think?
Yeah, he did. I thought he did too. And look, like I said, that's a really good offense. I mean, UCLA 1 through 9 is really good. I thought he pitched well. He had that one inning where he kind of got out of his delivery a little bit and got popped around some. But for the most part, I thought Duke threw the ball really well. Fastball was good. I mean, he's still got another year of growing and maturing before he leaves there. And to me, Duke's got a tremendous upside. I mean, he's getting there, but he hadn't really scratched the surface. I mean, he was good other than maybe that one inning. I mean, he just left the ball up and Gasparino got him, but kept his composure and pitched well. Especially, like I said, facing that offense for really his second start of the year.
Jay Powell on the Out of Bounds show. Ben Davis pitched well at times. O'Connor mentioned he ran out of gas and they left him out there too long. I still think he's got insane talent. What'd you see, Jay?
He does. And, I always tell pitchers you're going to get calls missed and you've got to pitch around it. Like you can't let an umpire just, dictate what happens out there. And but he had some calls that didn't go his way that could have possibly changed some complexities of at bats. But he's very talented. And one thing, he had that big breaking curveball last year that was incredible, but it was just so inconsistent. And there was times where he couldn't land it, and when he couldn't land it, teams just set on that fastball. And one thing Justin's done, they've worked on a slider, and he's got a really good little tight slider now. And he's good. He's really good. I mean, he's especially for a guy who, he came over as a two-way guy, and he really hadn't pitched a whole lot last year. And all of a sudden, like I said, last year it started clicking. But boy, his stuff is incredible. He pitched well. He did though, and that's what I alluded to. I mean, he kind of ran out of juice. But boy, he's a big time back end the bullpen guy.
Let's go to McPherson, who I thought was awesome, and I think Arizona State is really good. And damn, Jay, they're 6'6" southpaw. that guy is really talented, as you were able to see. But McPherson was damn good. And then how about Garrick Fry coming off the bench, pinch hitting and hitting a bomb? I really thought that was the spark they needed on Friday, Jay.
Well, McPherson's, he's potentially a first rounder next year. I mean, he really is. I've loved that kid from day one. He stepped on campus when I started watching him pitch. The Carlson kid, or I believe that was his name, for Arizona State, we actually saw him in the Cape last year, and I was talking to Ace about him the day after. And he's talented. I mean, he's mid-90s fastball, hard slider. I mean, he's a potential first, second rounder coming up this year. He's tremendously talented. And, the big difference I've seen so far this year, and it's the situational hitting. Now, you take away that one inning last night where we had second and third with no outs, but they have been they've been a lot better situational hitting with two strikes, with runners at third base with less than two outs. That part of it to me this year has been it's been a big time difference in last year, really. I mean, that situational hitting of that group has been really good. And Garrick Fry, they love him. He's a switch hitter, and like a lot of switch hitters, they have a stronger side, and his left side is obviously his stronger side. Kick and hit, man. And he's played himself into a pretty good little second baseman. So he's his bat's going to carry him, and especially from that left side, boy, he can hit it.
So this approach, I mean, O'Connor, talk about being around him and his no nonsense, and he's bottom line. I mean, he pulled one of his Virginia transfers after 3 games.
Yep.
And that kid can play, and I'm sure he loves him, but he is a bottom line. You're either producing, it's MLB like, and you lived that for a decade. Talk about this new approach from O'Connor and his staff, Jay.
Well, and I've had people ask me that, and I call it kind of intensely disciplined. It's just kind of a different vibe. The kids seem to really play into it. I've always said kids want a structure and they want discipline. Like they really do. Like they want structure and they want to know where they're headed. And that's what he brings to these guys. And you're right. I mean, every time we talk to him though, if a guy struggles, he immediately says, hey, I still believe in this guy. And, and you can tell when he goes and changes pitchers, he doesn't ask for the ball, pat him on the back. I mean, he walks out there and he has a discussion with them. And I mean, it's, as a coach, I get it. He's constantly reinforcing, and players appreciate that. They really do. But you're right. I mean, it's, especially nowadays. I mean, honestly, it's kind of becoming a business, and he gets it. I mean, and the kids get it. They know, hey, if I want to play, I got to perform. And this is probably the most talented group. And I thought about this the other day. Is I'm not going back to Will and Raphael's days or any of that, but just in the last 10 years, 15 years, I mean, the group that lost to UCLA, I thought was one of the most talented teams we've taken out there. They were really good. Hunter Renfroe, that group. 2019, I thought was more talented than the national championship team. But I think this group probably is as talented a group as we've taken out, in a season. Now, look, I'm not telling anybody right now to go make the reservations and get your shirts printed, but I have not seen a team that is this deep and has the options of matchups and depth, and the kids so far get it, and they're, when their numbers call, they're ready, and it's so far. I mean, they look the part, and this is a really talented group of, especially that position player side.
Jay Powell, Mississippi State Baseball on the Out of Bounds Show, brought to you by Grit Fitness and Training Facility on Lakeland Drive behind Ergon and Mirror Lake. Reed Stallman on fire this weekend. What did you see, Jay?
I feel like Coach Polk, I'm starting to, we talk about a player coach says I had him in the Cape, had Reed in the Cape, and just a great kid, first of all, loved him. But you see him, especially with a wood bat, the kid has incredible power. Like he has big time power. And he's another one. He goes out there Friday night, didn't start. He didn't start, came off the bench after they switched pitchers. But Reed is an incredibly talented kid. Good defensive first baseman, but, he has some thunder in his hands, man. He really does. Like, he's got incredible power for a first baseman. And, what you saw yesterday is, potential for what he's the type of player he can be. Has really worked on kind of, I don't want to say shorten his swing, but just his approach has gotten a lot better this year. And we saw bits and pieces of last year. There was times where Reed Solomon was going to be really good. And the consistency of it, I think, kind of hurt him. And this year, I think he's been a whole lot more consistent with his approach, and I think that's what you're seeing out of him. And a lot of that, and some of that's what O'Connor brings, and Kevin and those guys, they've done a good job with him.
Yeah. How impressed are you with Ryan Woodson? So O'Connor was talking about last week how he was hitting the baseball really well, and his exit velo is just hitting it right at people. And then all of a sudden, the last week, he's gotten going. And O'Connor also talked about how he didn't get a lot of reps at NC State. How impressed are you with what he did this past week?
Well, he and when I say he looks apart, he looks like a big-time college shortstop. Good build, good body. And Oak's right. He really came on in that regional. He really kind of blew up then and last year. And he's had some really good swings, and you kind of saw like you said, you saw it starting to click. You saw him have some good at bats, and he's lining out. And yesterday, or really all weekend, he killed the ball. And offensively, he was great this weekend. And I think he's going to have a good year. I really do. I love his approach. He's athletic. I think he's going to have a good year.
Yeah, and he made some plays look routine that, as you know, Jay, were not routine over the weekend.
Right. And some of it with somebody like Ryan Woodson, I think Aiden Teal too. Yeah. They go through a fall at Mississippi State, but there's a different animal up there. Right. It's a different animal. I remember Butch Thompson told me one time if they win a national championship, they have a parade, and during the parade, they're going to start asking about how the football team's going to be. That ain't the case in Mississippi State.
Right.
It's baseball. And I think some of that, once the season started and they started seeing the atmosphere, took them a little bit to kind of get their feet underneath them. And I think you're starting to see that now. They're getting a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I think you're right. What about you've been a part of the program for a long time. Obviously, you left and played MLB for a long time. You're back in color analyst. You're going up there and you're watching all that. How about that? This is a neutral site field, and you have more people than Texas A&M. How about that crowd and all the Mississippi State fans that were there all weekend, Jay?
Well, there's more excitement right now up there than there probably has been a long time. I think it was it was kind of a reset, and I think there's a lot of people that's obviously excited about it. And look, you know how it is. Dallas is a huge alumni area for us.
Sure.
A lot of those people were Dallas folks. But yeah, they showed up. And I tell people all the time, if you want to know how Mississippi State baseball works, we had 13,000 for an alumni game in November. It's just crazy. But no, it was a good crowd, and a lot of them did travel. But I think probably, I would say, over half probably were a lot of Dallas people that I met out there, and they're from Dallas, and they've been looking forward to this, since they announced it, and it's just a lot of fun for them.
I thought it was awesome. I thought Globe Life, you're used to all this, going to all these steps, but I thought Globe Life Field was super cool, and to have that many Mississippi State people show up was unbelievable. Okay, let's talk about a quick turn. This is going to happen throughout the season, but it's still early, like you just referenced a few minutes ago. Talk about a quick turnaround to go down to Hattiesburg to one of the 3 or 4 hottest teams in the country who's now ranked number 10, and you play there tomorrow night, Jay?
It's going to be a tough game. I mean, Southern Miss is, and look, I'm going to be honest. Look, my brother-in-law played football at Southern Miss. I grew up a Southern Miss fan. Southern's always kind of had a special place in my heart. Scott Berry was a great friend of mine. And when I say this, I don't mean disrespect, but that game's a lot bigger for Southern Miss than it is Mississippi State. Mississippi State is going to play RPI people all the time, every weekend. This is a huge game for Southern because they're going to play one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the country. So it's a huge game for Southern Miss, and I mean it's going to be tough. And it's for State, it's you're coming off an emotional loss. You got a quick turnaround. Your pitching's a little thin. I mean, you just pitched 10 innings, and they're good. Southern's got a good ball club, so that part of it's going to be tough. And anytime you play them, especially down there, we had a lot of fun playing them. We used to play them a game down there, and then next year they come to Starkville. And of course, you have a lot of friends that play for them and stuff like that. But it'll be a good atmosphere. Southern Miss got a good ball club, but I've always said that for Southern, that is a huge game. And it is for Mississippi State too, but the bearings of it is not nearly as great for Mississippi State.
No question.
As Southern Miss. And that's why, for them, that's a huge notch in the belt that they get.
All right, before we let you go, I get the sense that you feel like there's a lot more upside with this team. You mentioned the lineup, the stacked, and the guys on the bench that are trying to get ABs.
Right.
So two here. It sounds like you feel like they can get even better. And number 2, how concerned are you about the inexperience on the mound, especially in the back end?
What I've seen, a lot of those questions have been answered. I think I'll take talent over experience any day.
Absolutely.
And they're very talented. And, I feel like, to me, you're starting to see, and this is what I think that coaching staff had hoped to see, you're starting to see some separation with some guys in certain spots. I feel like they're, catching is a spot that they still, Sean James has done a good job. Andrew Raymond's done a good job. We hadn't seen a lot of Maluski in a while, but that's a spot that you really want to have somebody, this is Jay's opinion, take it and run with it. Platooning catchers are tough.
Yeah.
And I think that's a spot that they still got to kind of figure out. But they've got a chance to be really good. And I don't say that a lot, but just from the standpoint of how they built this team, they really do. If they can stay healthy, they've really got a 1A, 1B in the rotation.
Yeah.
And if Duke Stone or Charlie Foster or whoever's your number 3 on a Sunday, you're in really good shape. The bullpen's deep. You got a bunch of guys. Dane Burns is, to me, going to be a really important piece of this deal. I mean, you've got to find a lefty that you can match up with guys in the pen, and you really need more than one. So whether that ends up being Kirk or Maddox Miller, Jack Bauer's talent is incredible, but he's a young kid. That's a little tough. So, but the left-handed reliever and the catching, to me, are the spots as they go forward that they're going to have to kind of figure out more. And there's good options there. I mean, and look, Raymond's done a really good job.
He has.
James done a good job. And I think they just want to feel a little bit better about that going forward.
Yeah. And look, it's a extremely difficult position to play, as you know.
100%.
But that pass ball yesterday, you got to keep that in front of you. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, and he would tell you the same thing.
Okay.
It just went right through the wickets. If I remember right, I think it was a hard slider, and it's one of those that it really didn't break much. You're kind of anticipating a break, it looks like, and all of a sudden it just kind of stays straight and goes right through the wickets. So that's one you got to keep in front of you. And it happens. I mean, what we lose sight of sometimes, especially in the NIL days, are a lot of these guys are, 19 years old. They're still technically amateurs. I mean, they're not pro guys.
Sure.
So they're going to make mistakes. They're going to let balls go through them. But you're 100% right. I mean, you got to keep that in front of you. I mean, it was a ball, and he would tell you the same thing. He's got to block that ball, but it just went right through the wickets.
Hey, Jay, that was great. We appreciate you. Let's do it again soon, okay?
Man, anytime. Appreciate you.
That was good. Jay Powell on the Out of Bounds Show, Mississippi State baseball color analyst. We're running the games on 105.9 The Zone ESPN. When they start after 6 o'clock and when MSU basketball doesn't, there's some crossover, as y'all know, like it was on Saturday. But MSU baseball back on 105.9 The Zone ESPN, where it needs to be. Super, super fired up about that. And you can hear Jay. He does a great job. All-American at Mississippi State as a pitcher. Decade in MLB, World Series champ. Was on the mound when the Florida Marlins won it in 1997. Love talking baseball with him. You can tell that he's high on this team. And they got players, they got dudes everywhere, and they're going to lose games. You play 56, you're going to lose a bunch of games. But this is a team that could touch 40 in the regular season. And if you can get there or anywhere around there, then y'all know you're cooking with grease. And so I can't wait to see what all shakes out here. And there'll be the ups and downs of the season. Ground rule double. Man, when it left the bat, I said ball game. And that thing hit. He hit a rocket. Ron Woodson hit an absolute missile to right center field. One hop, and it doesn't just clear the fence. It's way over the fence for a ground rule double. And then you got second and third with no out, and couldn't get the fly ball you wanted to end the game, and so on. But it was a hell of a 3-game series. I hope they play there. I'm jinxing this so bad. Yep. For the university, academically and athletically, I knew people would be there. I could not believe how many thousands of Mississippi State fans were there, and how many successful people. I know about the petroleum engineering and the and other engineering and the oil energy gas and all those people going out in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and generating enormous net worth and wealth. But holy smokes, I did not know it'd be that many people at Globe Life Field. That was super cool. That interview was brought to you by Grit Fitness and Training Facility. Tour it today. Monthly memberships. Connor Griffin worked out there. Jake Mangum, JT Ginn. They've got indoor-outdoor turf. Jay Powell's the director of baseball operations at Grit Fitness and Training Facilities. Beautiful place in Flowood, behind Ergon and Mirror Lake. Lunch today brought to you by our friends at Taste Italian Kitchen. Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance and Taste Italian Kitchen in Starkville. TasteItalianKitchen.com to make a reservation. Fabulous food, great atmosphere, 2 super cool bars in the Renaissance and in Starkville. We'll see you tomorrow.